Hello, my name is Erin from Juniper and Oaks, and I am a crochet pattern designer. I like to use interesting stitches like this one, this is the basket weave stitch, to create items that you can crochet around your home. Crochet patterns you can crochet around your home. Today I want to teach you a little bit about how I created this heart in a basket pattern, namely how I floated my ends on the back for my pillow pattern. Before I get started, would you go ahead and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be part of my crochet community online here. Go ahead and hit that little bell, and then you're notified anytime I come out with other stitch tutorials, little tips and tricks, yarn related content like chit chats with other yarn designers and things like that. Go ahead and like this video so that more people can find this video, and leave a comment below with what project are you wanting to float your ends on the back side so that you don't have to weave in all those ends. Let me know. I would love to know, what project are you working on? Like I said, this is my heart in the basket pattern. I am converting a wall hanging pattern that I have into a pillow. So went from worsted weight yarn, and I'm using this, I think it's a size 6 super bulky weight from Hobie. Anyway, I'm converting this, it's like really soft, into a pillow. So I am going to teach you how I float the ends. Here on the front side, you notice, looks great. The colors pop through a little bit. I don't really know how to avoid that. It's just part of the work of this pattern. But on the back side, this side nobody's going to see. There's going to be a pillow insert in here, and so I'm just floating my ends, and I'm not going to cut them, not going to weave them in case they want to pop through the front. They're just nice and safe back here. They're not going to catch on anything because, like I said, there's going to be a pillow covering it. When I made the wall hanging, this is my wrong side on the wall hanging, I worked over the yarn I wasn't using, so I didn't have many ends show through. Sometimes down here you saw I floated it up a little bit, but it's much cleaner on this wall hanging pattern. I'm not sure if I have a tutorial for that or not, but one way you can deal with the ends is by just working over them as you go when you're wanting to change colors. I also, when I was doing this black part here, instead of just floating it over, I did snip the yarn, and I had a different section of yarn for this side versus that side. So that's an option that you can do as well. And then when I got closer, I changed into one ball of yarn. You can see I have more ends up here that I didn't weave in because it's a wall hanging. No one's going to see them, and no one's really going to mess with it too much. Those ends aren't going to peep through because this is just hanging on the wall. It's not like a pillow where my kids are going to be fighting with it, or, as you're snuggling up with the couch, etc., etc. Okay, that was probably a little bit too much overshare, but anyway, here's how I did it. So I'm going to pull that back a little bit to show you how I do. The last stitch of my color A here is this back post double crochet. Before I finish that double crochet, I'm going to drop color A, and I'm going to leave it on the wrong side, bring it towards me, and put it in such a way I'm not going to tangle my yarn. And then I'm going to finish that stitch by, I just grabbed my color B, and I'm going to just start working with it. Now I want to pull a little bit tight, not too tight so that it's like extra taut, but just enough so we're not too loose. Okay? Then I'm just going to use this color for one basket weave stitch, which is 3 double crochets in the 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Front post double crochet. Okay, and then once again, I'm ready to switch back. So before I finish that last double crochet, I'm going to drop color B and then pick up color A, and I'm just going to be floating it a little bit here. And then pull that tight. And now I'm going to work my color A for a little bit. go back to front post. Just want to make sure you don't get tangled up in your yarn as you're going over it. Okay, I'm going to work one more set of this basket weave stitch doing in the back post double crochet. Oops. And then I will show you once again how I change my colors. One more double crochet. And I'm going to drop my color A and pick up color B. Don't pull it too tight so that, you know, in your front you have that little pucker. You just want to have it nice and loose so that it rests on the back side without pulling too tight. And then switch to color B. I'm going to do 3 front post double crochets here before I switch back. You see here, that's a little bit loose. I'm just going to pull that tight right there. Okay. Front post. And then one final for this row. Change color. One thing to note is that when you're doing your color changes this way, you want to make sure that the yarn stays on the wrong side so that nothing funky happens on the front. Like I feel like I did something funky where it's showing right there. Oh, that's because I just did my stitch a little bit different. So I'll go back and fix that in a bit. But you just want to make sure that all your color changes you're doing, you're dropping the yarn on the wrong side. Hope that makes sense. I'll show you how to do it on the front side here, okay? Okay, that little weird color little blip thing is because just the way the color changes are. So you're going to have to either accept that or move on, because the color changes make it so that you get these little colors peeping through. Okay, here's the front side. I'm here where I'm wanting to do my color change. So instead of, before I was dropping it, like bringing it towards me, but like I said, the color changes happen in the back. So put it towards the back side, and then find your color B that you're picking up, and finish off that last stitch. Okay, and pull that a little tight, but not too tight. Then I'm doing a back post. I do 3 of those. This stitch is getting in my way. I don't want it. Okay. I'm just going to say, as you're watching this, to just please kindly ignore my fingernails. I was working up this blanket and I thought, oh, I should do this tutorial. And I'm just not about to paint my fingernails or take off the polish because my kids are napping and I just don't have very much time to just spend on that. So just deal with it. That's how I roll here at Juniper and Oaks. Okay, so here I'm ready to change colors once again, and I'm dropping this to the back side, picking my color A up, and then you can just see it's beautiful. You don't see all of this back here, you just continue to see the beautiful stuff. Beautiful pattern and not those pesky ends or the floating yarn in the back. And that's how we do it. I sure hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments if you did. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are involved in my online crochet community here on YouTube, and hit that little bell so you're notified anytime I come out with any other yarn related content, such as tutorials like these, unboxing videos, what have you. Here, I'm going to pull that over. I'm doing our last color change bit here. Should I just show you what it means if I had pulled this yarn too tight and we try to work these stitches? What's going to happen? I'll show you. So we work the stitches. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to make my pillow, but wait, how come it's not going to lie flat? Why is there a pucker there? It's because this is too tight. Your float made it too tight. You want to loosen it up. That's why. Just make it nice and loose so that it rests flat. If you're worried about not having enough yarn when you're doing these floats, you can definitely cut your yarn and just have this section be one, and you just drop it and pick it back up, drop it, pick it back up. I've done that with my wall hangings, but if you just want to use the same skein of yarn and not have any cuts, whatever, do this floating. Speaking of running out of yarn, you guys, this is Yarn Chicken. Luckily, this is my last basket stitch that I have to do with this for this pattern using this color bee, because this is all that I have left. Cutting it close, but that's a little behind the scenes for you guys if you've watched the video this far. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.